Chapter 26, Part 2. I can't win, 'cause of the shape I'm in, said with a laugh that belied the content. You all right, Mama? Aw, they tell me the white folks still in the lead, said as if that was not quite the whole truth. She supported us efficiently with humor and imagination. Occasionally we were taken to Chinese restaurants or Italian pizza parlors. We were introduced to Hungarian goulash and Irish stew. Through food, we learned that there were other people in the world. With all her jollity, Vivian Baxter had no mercy. There was a saying in Oakland at the time, if she didn't say it herself, explained her attitude. The saying was, sympathy is next to shit in the dictionary, and I can't even read. Her temper had not diminished with the passing of time, and when a passionate nature is not eased with moments of compassion, melodrama is likely to take the stage. In each outburst of anger, my mother was fair. She had the impartiality of nature, with the same lack of indulgence or clemency. Before we arrived from Arkansas, an incident took place that left the main actors in jail and in the hospital. Mother had a business partner who may have been a little more than that, with whom she ran a restaurant cum gambling casino. The partner was not shouldering his portion of the responsibility, according to Mother, and when she confronted him, he became haughty and domineering, and he unforgivably called her a bitch. Now, everyone knew that although she cursed as freely as she laughed, no one cursed around her, and certainly no one cursed her. Maybe for the sake of business arrangements, she restrained a spontaneous reaction. She told her partner, I'm gonna be the one bitch, and I've already been that one. In a foolhardy gesture, the man relieved himself of still another bitch, and Mother shot him. She had anticipated some trouble when she determined to speak to him, so had taken the precaution to slip a little .32 in her big skirt pocket. Shot once, the partner stumbled toward her instead of away, and she said that since she had intended to shoot him, notice shoot, not kill, she had no reason to run away, so she shot him a second time. It must have been a maddening situation for them. To her, each shot seemed to impel him forward, the reverse of her desire, and for him, the closer he got to her, the more she shot him. She stood her ground until he reached her and flung both arms around her neck, dragging her to the floor. She later said the police had to untwine him before he could be taken to the ambulance, and on the following day, when she was released on bail, she looked in a mirror and had black eyes down to here. In throwing his arms around her, he must have struck her. She bruised easily. The partner lived, though shot twice, and although the partnership was dissolved, they retained admiration for each other. He had been shot, true, but in her fairness, she had warned him, and he had had the strength to give her 2 black eyes and then live. Admirable qualities. World War II started on Sunday afternoon when I was on my way to the movies. People in the streets shouted, "We're at war! We've declared war on Japan!" I ran all the way home, not too sure I wouldn't be bombed before I reached Bailey and Mother. Grandmother Baxter calmed my anxiety by explaining that America would not be bombed, not as long as Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president. He was, after all, a politician's politician, and he knew what he was doing. Soon after, Mother married Daddy Clydell, who turned out to be the first father I would know. He was a successful businessman, and he and Mother moved us to San Francisco. Uncle Tommy, Uncle Billy, and Grandmother Baxter remained in the big house in Oakland.